The only thing that working with Dre did was get people like y'all to actually listen to him. That's it. But it didn't keep him relevant.
The fuck you mean, people like us?
Earthlings, what's up?
It's your man SKYZOO.
Thurs 92 crew.
Sasha Mackey.
Yo, this is K Mayfield, Mania Music Group. What's good, people? This is your man 49 live and direct.
Nairobi from the topicrequests.
I am Eternia from my mother's womb.
This is Dead End Hip Hop.
Tuned in Dead End Hip Hop.
Dead End Hip Hop.
Rockin' with Dead End Hip Hop.
Shout out to Dead End Hip Hop. Dead End Hip Hop.
Dead End Hip Hop. Dead in Hip Hop.
Hip Hop Minute.
The question I want to pose right now is, when you see a white rapper, what are your initial thoughts? Like, as since hip hop is more or less been more of the darker persuasion, normally when a white rapper come out, we already kind of dismiss them, like whether or not they'll be.
I don't either. Why do you dismiss them though, Ken?
I'm not saying I dismiss them, but a lot of people, a lot of people say when they see a white rapper, they immediately think they will not be able to rap. I think Eminem has done a lot to help change that, but I think when people see that an artist is white, a hip hop artist is white, I don't think they're gonna really give him that much credit at first, unless he's really, really fucking dope.
When I listen to hip hop artists, like when somebody, one of you guys hit me up like, yo, check this person out, this, that, and the third. I look to see if you dope or not, if I can listen to you or not. It regardless of the complexion of your skin, it comes down to what you're talking about and how you talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Your flow and your lyrics. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're Indian. I don't care if you're Spanish. I don't care. Whatever you are. If you're dope, you're dope.
If they're dope, you don't care if they're white or whatever color they are.
So basically what you're saying is if a white rapper sucks, you're gonna go, well, why is he rapping? Or you're saying he sucks because he's white?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there's I think from what I've seen, heard, or whatever, that when people see that an artist is white, they're a little leery as to whether or not he's gonna be dope.
I think it depends on if it's a mainstream rapper or an underground rapper. It's a big difference. Typically, if I see a white rapper on like MTV or something, I will get a little leery. But underground right now is kind of dominated by white rappers. So I'm used to seeing white rappers in underground, indie hip hop, because it's weird. But if somebody says to me, like, who are some of your favorite indie rappers? Shit. Who do I name? LP, Slug,
Look at your top
10.
10.
Rugged Man,
Look at your top 10 list.
Macklemore, like, they're all white dudes. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying. But when you look at mainstream hip hop, there's not that much of a white face, even with M, even with Yellow Wolf. There's not that much of a white face. It really depends on the subgenre they're stuck in, right? Because like when you're a white rapper, you really only have two options, and only one of those options really work. But you have you're either going to be the white thug rapper, or you're going to be the I'm really clean and I embrace my college, university white rapper. Typically, right now, you're going with the college university.
Mac Miller,
like Asheroth, like Mac Miller, like MGK, like even they're the party happy white rappers.
Do you put Yellow Wolf in the thug?
No, Yellow Wolf is really unique because what Yellow Wolf is doing right now is Yellow Wolf is taking that fan base that Kid Rock had back in the day. Because people quit caring about Kid Rock and what Bubba Sparks had.
Yeah.
Bubba Sparks kind of brought that I'm country as fuck, but I'm a white dude. But I can actually rap, because Bubba Sparks can rap. I know people clown him. Bubba Sparks can rap. It kind of sucked that he fell off, and I heard he became a drug addict or some shit. But either way, Yellow Wolf is just kind of stepping into that lane. And plus, Yellow Wolf is so unique that you can't easily stick him in a mold. But when Paul Wall came out, I was not even remotely trying to hear shit that Paul Wall had to say. Even though Paul Wall is nice. Exactly. That's all I was going to say. Exactly. Even though Paul Wall is nice. When I first saw him, I saw his face, I saw his grill. I'm not interested. And I know that people are going to take this the wrong way, but I don't give a fuck. I looked at Paul Wall, and I will say now that I was incorrect, but I looked at Paul Wall, and I put him in the category of the subtle blackface rapper, where you have these white dudes who try really hard to emulate what they think is stereotypical black culture. Now, I didn't know shit about Paul Wall, so this was my fault that I was incorrect, but I saw him pop up, and he on the curve with the fucking grill. I was like, you know what, I don't want to hear this fucking dude. So when we had the 80s, black people dominated hip-hop, whether it was mainstream or underground. And back then, it was all about, you know, the Afrocentrism, or it was about, we just gonna party. You had those, or gangsta, right. You had those different. So when the white rappers came out, like you had MC Search, like you had Everlast,
Beastie Boys.
and the Beastie Boys, it was like, Beastie Boys were different because they really had their own lane. But when you had Everlast and you had, you know, those kind of dudes, it was like you looked at them, and some of those dudes did try to emulate the Afrocentrism or the fight the power movement type of stuff, like Young Black Teenagers when they came out. But now it's like all that shit is gone. Like the face of hip hop has completely changed. So now white dudes don't have to do that anymore. So now it's like when you have a mainstream exec that's looking at a white rapper, they are so much easier to market now, because when you have like your Asher Ross and your MGKs and your Mac Millers, those motherfuckers are so easy to market because all they want to do is have fun and write fun songs and party songs. We don't dominate hip hop like that anymore. But on the flip side, the really interesting thing that I think about the whole thing is you have these guys that are talking about college and being smart, and that's cool for the white dudes to do that. But how many fucking black rappers are in the mainstream that do that? Like you had Ye that was doing that for a minute, that was talking about the whole college thing, and he left that shit alone. You had Kids in the Hall that did that for a minute, even they left that shit alone. Right now, it's like when you have mainstream hip hop, if you're white, you're better off sticking to this. I'm really smart. I'm writing songs for college dudes. If you're black, you're better off sticking to being as ignorant and gangster as possible, because that's the way you're gonna make it.
Does that give them an advantage?
White people?
Yeah. As MCs, do they automatically come out and just have a market?
No, it depends on the genre. Again, if you're a white rapper, if you're a white rapper and you are trying to be the next Lil Wayne, you're gonna have it hard. It's gonna be a little tough. But if you're a white rapper and you're trying to be the next, you know, I can't even think, like the next, yeah, like if you're trying to be like a really fun, popular, happy MC, you got it easy. You got it real easy. If you're white, we can't, like a black person could.
Because I'm sorry, but if Mac Miller was black, you think he would have sold 500,000 independent?
Definitely not.
So they do have an advantage sometimes, depending on their market. They have an advantage over a black artist.
So do we.
Do we though?
Yes. If a white G walks into a record exec's office with a grill,
looking like Lil Wayne,
talking about I'm a rapper, no one there right now is going to take him seriously. White rappers are in mainstream only. I'm only talking about mainstream. White rappers are stuck in this I gotta be smart, I gotta be happy, I gotta be fun realm. If somebody can name me a white rapper that's mainstream right now, aside from M, obviously, and aside from Yellow Wolf, obviously, if somebody can name me a white rapper that's at the top right now that is not stuck in this category, please do. Because I can't think of anybody.
I can't either.
Because there's not many white rappers in mainstream right now.
Because what is dominated by mainstream? It's like you got to be either a swaggy rapper, which people ain't taking white dudes seriously with that either, or you got to be a I'm running around shooting them up rapper, which no one's taking white dudes seriously in that either. So white people right now really only have a few lanes when it comes to mainstream hip hop. So I can't say they have an advantage, they just have their own lane.
White rappers do have an advantage. And I think the advantage comes if the white rapper is dope, boom, instant success. Almost like M. M wasn't overnight. Hold on, M wasn't overnight. But when after Infinite, the first album he dropped with Dre, he blew up.
He didn't drop Infinite with Dre.
No, I said after.
But because he was
But
overnight.
M had to be.
Because M changed his style up. M was overnight. He's the epitome of overnight success.
And he had to be incredibly dope for people to accept, especially in the 90s.
But aren't there incredibly dope black rappers and every other type?
I'm not saying that.
So that's what I'm saying. That's the advantage.
No, what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that. No. Because when Eminem wasn't accepted right away.
fuck was
He,
it?
no, because you know my homeboy had to put me on the Eminem. He's like, and he clowned me. He was like, "Ken, you really not gonna listen to this guy because he's white?" And I didn't even say that, but he automatically just assumed that because I saw that he was white, I was gonna automatically dismiss him. And you think about the type of music and the type of songs that Eminem was putting out at that time. You know, were black people really, you know, doing all that stuff, shrooms and all that shit? Not where I was from.
Not where any of us were from. When I fucking got on the M, people were clowning the shit out of me. But I mean, you know, I was weird anyway. But they were like, who the fuck, Eminem? Hell no, man. You better put on this 8-ball.
You know what? I guess honestly, where I grew up and everything is just completely different from where you guys grew up. Because I understand you being from Mississippi. I understand you, and I know why. You know what I'm saying? Off the rip, you liked Eminem. You know what I'm saying? B, like, what? Obviously in Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
He had to bust his ass to get where he at. Like he said, it's a prime example of overnight success, man. He won that freestyle Olympics. Got with Dre, and bam, the next.
But the thing is,
hello,
again,
my name is.
He had to change his style up. Because think about it, if you listen to Infinite,
that
was an average hip hop album.
Yep.
Like, I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's amazing. But when you hear what he did with Dre, it's completely different.
Yep.
And the second he did that,
bam,
he blew up because nobody else had that lane. Nobody. I don't even think it mattered that he was with Dre. I really don't.
It did.
Not
credibility.
That helps.
No, because I think it had to do like how he got his foot in the door, like to make people listen to him. But to keep him relevant, I don't think it really mattered that Dre was working with him. Because once he got his foot in the door, people saw, oh my God, this dude is dope. The only thing that working with Dre did was get people like y'all to actually listen to him. That's it. But it didn't keep him relevant.
The fuck you mean, people like us?
I'll tell you. Closed-minded people that did not want to hear what dude had to say because he was white. Let's be real, y'all didn't. Just like people said, you didn't.
No, so, I listened to what he was saying. I just wasn't interested.
But you didn't care about it because
I couldn't relate to it.
But you didn't even really recognize that he has skills. Really, you were just like, I don't really want to hear this.
There's a surface level you have to get past when it comes to. Well, I mean, yeah, but he's from Detroit. You're from Detroit, but exactly, and that's
what I'm saying.
Yeah, so you have to get past when you're a white rapper for some time, and things may be changing. I don't know. People out there, let me know, but there is a surface level that's applied to white rappers. When we see a white rapper and they hand us him a CD or whatever and say this shit is dope, we're like, whatever. We don't really care.
And that goes back to the first point I made with you. That to me, it does not matter the color of your skin. When I first heard M, I wasn't doing shrooms and all. Like, I couldn't necessarily relate exactly to what he was doing, but I could relate to the feelings that he was feeling with his mom and his parent, his daughter, the love for his daughter.
To kill people.
Okay, so you don't feel like that ever? Like, you don't, man, yo, if this motherfucker says one more thing, I'm a straight punch.
No,
you never feel like that?
People. He was somebody putting his girl in the trunk. And
Okay,
talking about his
all right,
mom.
I've been there. Yeah.
I've never been there.
When it came out, I was too young to feel like, oh, I'm gonna put my girlfriend in the trunk. I was too young for that. I was in high school still. But you know, like, I couldn't relate to that aspect. But I didn't care that he was white. That's what I'm trying to say. Like you cared. Like, you're talking about all this surface level shit because he's white. It didn't matter to me that he was white. It mattered the fact that he could rap and his shit was dope.
So you've never looked at a white rapper and it's like, that's a white rapper.
I did back in the day.
Back in the day.
I would do that, but it depends on the person. But I do that shit to black folks too, but it really depends on the person. If you are a white dude, again, if you walk up with a fucking mouthful of gold, or you look like Riff Raff, and you hand me a CD, I have no desire to hear this shit. None. But again, if you black and you look like Riff Raff, I ain't got no fucking desire to hear that shit. But I will criticize the white dude a little bit more because I feel like you're posing a little bit. When I see Riff Raff, I don't take him seriously because I'm like, you look like a fucking clown, and you sound like a clown. You sound like you're walking around in a fucking Halloween costume.
But what if that's like that? But what if that's how they truly grew up, and that's truly the culture that they always been around?
It might be. But
so if they try to do the backpack, I mean, not the
Paul Wall is a prime example. I think
Paul Wall and Lil White is a prime example. Those dudes really grew up in hood environments and black cultures. So,
but like I said, I was wrong with Paul Wall. I did dismiss Paul Wall when he first came out. It took years later for me to hear him on a feature, and I don't remember what track it was. It might have been a UGK track or something. I was like, damn, Paul Wall could actually kind of rap.
It's over 10 years later since Eminem jumped on the scene, and I think there has been some barriers broken with him because he was so freaking dope, man, and he was so widely accepted. I think people finally, open their eyes and say, hey, white rappers can enter into this culture. Even though we had Beastie Boys, we had the other guys, right? But they kind of, at some point, they fell off, though.
Don't forget about Vanilla Ice, folks.
And I think right, but that's a good point. I think Vanilla Ice didn't do much to help.
No, he didn't.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Vanilla Ice. You have to really think about it. Every white rapper, what do they always say? Copyright says this. BK even said this. Actually, in BK's latest track, he says, I spent my entire career being compared to this white dude, this other guy. They all get that. So there's not really an advantage. Every single white rapper that's dope gets compared to Eminem. Yella even said it. He don't sound shit like Eminem. But he said it. You can ask pretty much any white rapper that semi-made it. They automatically compare to Eminem. So that's not really an advantage.
M set a really high bar, man.
He did.
M said it because you have to understand, like we said, hip hop is mainly black, right? So when you or was, you know what I'm saying? But
look what it took for someone to break
exactly
that. An amazingly dope.
Exactly. Like he's up here with the greatest of all time.
It took that for us to finally say that there can be some dope ass white MCs.
The face of hip hop has changed. We don't dominate hip hop anymore. If you want to be a mainstream rapper,
wait, you don't think we dominate hip hop anymore?
Not even remotely. Are you shitting me?
I'm asking. You really think that?
I'm saying, are you shitting me? No,
based on what?
We do not dominate hip hop anymore.
How so?
Because there's a billion zillion white rappers out here that are actually dope that aren't getting dismissed. What do you mean? If it was 1990,
There's a lot of black rappers that are dope too, though.
Yeah, it's a lot of black rappers.
But
There's a lot more white rappers.
I think the population. I think the population of white MCs has increased in hip hop.
There you go. So once again,
but I still think there's more of a black dominance.
If you guys hadn't jumped all over me when I was making my point, like y'all blame me for doing all the time, then you know what I'm saying? Like I was trying to say, if you had, when it was back in the 90s, if you had your slugs, your LPs, your RAs, those dudes would not have really, they would have found a little place for themselves in 1990, 1991, but they would not have been as popular. They could not have made it. They couldn't have survived. When we got to 95, 98, 2000, it was a lot easier for these type of dudes to carve themselves a niche. Now, when you look at hip-hop as a whole, and I'm talking about mainstream and independent hip-hop, we are not dominating. We are no longer the main face of hip-hop, especially indie or underground hip-hop.
Especially when it comes
to we are not the face.
Mainstream, no, but maybe in the indie, there may be, I don't know, it's not fully even, but...
It's not even close to even, are you shitting me?
I mean,
it's like 70-30
they support
in underground hip-hop. What do you mean? Hip-hop as a whole, we are not dominating. We're not.
We dominate the mainstream.
Okay, maybe to a slight degree.
Slight degree, and we only have what? How many white MCs do we have on the radio?
Okay. I'm sorry. So are we saying? I'm sorry. Okay. So when we say dominating, right? You're talking about black MCs versus white MCs in mainstream versus black MCs versus white MCs in underground, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here in underground, we are severely losing, right? In mainstream, we're winning. You combine those two together, we're not dominating. See my point now?
Yeah, you combine them, but I separated them out.
You say hip hop.
I said hip hop
in general.
Hip hop is in general.
Nah,
he was taking the mainstream and the underground
all together.
That's why I said hip hop.
That's where he was going with that point. I got you, Mike.
I don't think I could agree with that.
Because you don't pay attention.
Right, but we talking about
to underground hip hop. You don't pay attention.
What are you talking about?
You don't go nowhere. I'm telling you, when I go out, the majority of the faces are white. When I take the majority,
talking about in the audience, the crowd.
Let me finish. When I'm talking about the main popular independent hip hop artists, the majority of them are white. The majority of them are white. You can't fucking argue that. Who are the main faces of indie hip hop?
Is that maybe that's just because those are the people you go MCs.
No, that's because you don't pay attention. I pay attention.
Why you
to
shaking
shit
your
more
head?
than you.
No, because he's actually right. Because I don't check out everybody that Mike always
Mike
listens
likes
to.
the majority of the white artists, though, FIFA.
No, I like the majority of independent
Gerardo,
hip hop artists.
exactly. Even
And
Gerardo,
they're
people
white.
that
And
Gerardo
they just
put me
happen
on.
to be white. That's what I said.
That's what I said.
But that's what I just said.
No, what you were trying to spin is you just said, oh, well, maybe that's just the artist that you like, implying that there's more of an underground where there's black artists that I'm not paying attention to. That's bullshit. The majority of independent hip hop is white right now. Give me a fucking break. And
Wait a second.
you don't know that because you don't pay attention.
Wait a second.
Okay.
Are you guys really think there's no black indie?
Who said no? Who
He didn't
said
say
no?
no.
Who said no, Ken?
We
I said
just
we're
said-
losing in that.
Exactly.
In that
It's an
arena.
imbalance.
I don't think
Imbalance.
we're severely losing.
No.
How are you
I'll tell
gonna
you
say
what,
that?
No, I still think there's a subculture of white MCs, and I still think there are a
Right.
majority of black
It's
MCs.
independent hip hop.
Yes.
Bullshit. You didn't know who Cage was. You didn't listen to Atmosphere, so you can't tell me that you knew anything about that shit. But now you're gonna tell me that there's more black people dominating independent hip hop right now? You're crazy. You're crazy.
No, I'm not. No.
You're crazy.
No.
You're crazy, Ken.
When you say dominate, you mean it's more popular white?
I'm
indie hop-
saying that they are dominating. When you take the most popular MCs from the underground and you put them up on a list, the majority of them are going to be white. The main ones that are making the most buzz. Let's prove it right now. So give me the top 10.
All these Detroit underground artists, you know, Marv One, your boy.
It ain't my fault
it's
you don't
not-
know nothing. It ain't my fault.
No, it's not about that. But I
It is
agree with
about
Ken,
that.
and I
It is about that because I'm fucking paying attention and I'm telling you.
But
that
look,
these
you're
people
paying
are the
attention.
most
But what he's
popular.
saying, you're paying attention to a particular.
I'm not. I'm looking at
But
the
you said
underground as a
yourself,
whole.
like when you see on a record or something, and you see who they are affiliated with, you go and check out
I
those
said I
other
did that in
people.
the 90s, right?
But I'm saying we all still
I don't
do
do that
that.
shit
Wait a minute,
now.
say it again.
But those are the artists you still like.
don't
Cage and
have-
all those guys aren't new artists, are they? They've been in the underground for a long
exactly,
time, right?
They've been dominating for a long time.
Okay, so all right, would you consider Casual as an underground
Of
artist?
course.
That's what I'm saying.
But
How many
okay.
guys is it like that? With,
Now let's
like
put
Casual
Casual against Macklemore. Who's winning right now?
I'm just saying. That's why I asked you the question. That's why I posed the question. Are you saying that they're dominating the hip hop? Because it sounds like you're saying that it's just more white underground rappers than it is more
I'm saying
black
the ones
underground
that are
rappers.
white and underground, the ones that are more popular.
Okay, that's what I was
They are
asking you. That's why I didn't want to get into an argument until I clarified that. But I thought
that's what we all understood.
No,
that
but I
from
thought
the
you were
beginning.
saying that it's more white underground hip hop artists than more black underground hip hop artists.
There's
And I was
more
saying
that
that's
are
not
making
true.
a buzz.
See, okay, well that's a different story. That's why I was asking you. That's why I was asking you, Mike. I'm not disagreeing with that, but it sounded like you were saying that we're severely losing how many black underground artists it is versus white underground artists. And I'm saying, like, look, you take A3C for example. It was way more black underground artists because that was an underground hip hop festival, and it was way more black people than white people.
So you guys did not think that I was saying that the white MCs that are in the underground are more popular than really?
That's what I got.
That's
I
what
got
I
when he was
thought.
saying
That's why I was
dominating,
asking you.
that
No,
he said that they were better.
I know you was going by who was more popular.
Better.
Wait, who
Yeah.
gives a fuck if there's more black that ain't nobody listening to?
That's what I was.
What kind of shit is that?
But that doesn't.
You was going by like as a
So
whole.
you're thinking numbers?
It doesn't matter if they're hot.
Yeah.
What matters is, are they on top? Are they winning?
You was thinking
They're
like as a
not
whole,
winning.
like more.
Are y'all serious?
He's thinking.
No,
he's
yeah,
thinking
yeah,
like,
he thinking
there's
it's more.
500
I know.
underground artists, 300 of them are white. He's thinking like that.
I'm
right?
saying if there's 500 that are making a buzz, 300 of them are white.
Okay.